South Korea is one of the top immigration destinations. This is not a coincidence, and they have worked hard. The tourist destinations, the movie industry, the strong and developing economy, and the people who welcome foreigners. You have made the right choice to immigrate and work in South Korea. Watch this video till the end to learn how to become a nurse in South Korea. Hey everyone, I'm Behnam from the Visa Library. This channel gives visa information and the latest news and updates. First things first, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell and download the free cheat sheet that my team has prepared from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Now let's begin. Let me ask you this question at the beginning of this video. What are the requirements to become a nurse in South Korea? The requirements are up to the way you want to move to the country. It's different whether you have got your degree in Korea or a foreign country. But these are the generally needed items to become a nurse in South Korea. The first one is Korean language proficiency. You need to learn Korean to become a nurse there. How you want to move doesn't matter. Knowing the language is necessary. If you apply to a Korean university, a language certificate is one of the requirements. Then you need to pass the KMLE exam, which is in Korean. If you get your degree abroad and want to become a nurse in Korea, you must pass the KMLE exam that is in Korean. Also, you will have to work with Korean patients who speak the Korean language. The second requirement is to pass the KMLE exam. This is the Korean medical licensing examination, which gets called KMLE. If you want to work in any medical position in Korea, you must pass the KMLE exam. A native Korean who wants to become a nurse must pass this exam as well. You should know that the exam is in Korean and you must learn the language to pass and become a nurse there. Korean officials have changed the KMLE exam in recent years. You must pass the theoretical part. It consists of memorizing medical phrases and procedures. You also have to pass a case study and problem-solving part. The third requirement is being able to get a work visa. After passing the KMLE exam, you must get a work visa to work in South Korea. Every foreigner who wants to work in Korea needs a work permit and a work visa. You must find an employer or a hospital that needs you. Then the employer must apply for a certificate of confirmation of visa issuance. After it is issued, you can get a work visa or continue working in Korea if you are already in the country. Now let's get to the procedure you must follow to become a nurse in South Korea. If you're an international graduate and got your nursing degree from a foreign country, you must be eligible to become a nurse there. The Korean officials will assess your degree, documents, and application to determine whether you're eligible to work as a nurse in Korea or not. If Korean officials recognize the nursing school or university, you can take the examinations and continue the procedure. But if the nursing school is not recognized, you cannot take the exam to become a nurse in South Korea. You can see the list of approved universities on the Korean Health Personal Licensing Examination Institute KHPLE website, but you can see the list in the Korean version. They are all in the Korean language if you get a degree. If you get a degree from one of these universities and a nursing license from an approved country, you can apply to become a nurse in South Korea. Your license must be renewed and valid at the time of application. Did you look at the list? Was your university on it? If yes, you must gather these documents and submit them to the KHPLE. Number 1 is the application form to review your documents. Number 2, the current condition of the school you studied nursing. Number 3, a copy of the original nursing diploma certificate. Number 4, some transcripts. Number 5, a copy of your valid nursing license. Number 6, your curriculum. Number 7, syllabus. It must include all of these items that you completed in your major: educational goals, learning content, teaching time of the courses. Number 8, school regulations. It must include the admission regulations, transfer, graduation, and approval of credits. Number 9, school prospects. It must include all current status of these items: full-time lecturer, faculty, facilities for clinical skills, practical skill training. Number 10, certificate of entry and exit records. Number 11, agreement to collection, use and provision to third party of personal information. Number 12, any other documents that proves you are eligible to take the nursing examination in South Korea. You must send all of your documents to KHPLEI. All of your documents must be confirmed by apostille if your country is on the apostille convention. Also, you have to get them translated into Korean by a verified translation office. The Korean embassy or consulate in your home country must also approve the documents. After the Korean officials recognize and approve your documents, you can take the examination and apply for a license. The Korean officials will inform you of the exam dates and location. Ask them to know everything. After you get your license, you can work as a nurse in Korea, but you must get a work permit. It gets called a certificate of confirmation of visa issuance. You must find a Korean employer willing to hire you. You can look for a job through websites or contact hospitals. After finding a job, you and the employer must sign an employment contract, and he or she applies for a work permit or a certificate of eligibility. After it is issued, you can work in Korea as a nurse. Don't go anywhere. There is another way to become a nurse in Korea. It's to study for a nursing degree there, but you must learn Korean. The courses you will study at the university are in Korean language, and you have to deal with the patients who speak Korean. The KMLE exam is in Korean. You must be fluent to pass it. The certificate you can get to prove your language proficiency and get admission to a Korean university could be a TOPK or the Test of Ability in Korean. This is the most common Korean language proficiency certificate, like IELTS in English. You can take it in Korean and foreign countries. Research how to prepare for it and where you can take it. The least required score is up to the Korean university you want to apply to and the KHPLE, but it's about 4 or 5. After you learn Korean and get your certificate, you must find a Korean university or a school that offers a nursing course for international students. You need to find out which one of them is appropriate for you, and you can fulfill the requirements. You can find a sample list of these universities in the Visa Library article. Visit the university's website, determine the admission requirements, figure out whether you can fulfill them to get admission or not. This is a sample of the requirements to get admission to a Korean nursing school: Korean language proficiency certificate, statement of purpose, latest educational degree, at least the high school diploma is required, English language fluency certificate, good marks on a scholastic aptitude test, transcripts, translation of your certificate, and other documents. There might be other requirements, and you should learn all of them. Read every line of the requirements and determine the details. You have to fulfill all of them. Also, research and learn about the university's tuition. If you do not have any funds or scholarships, you must be able to pay the tuition. Determine whether you can afford it or not. Then you will have to learn about the cost of living in the city. Can you afford it or not? Apply to the Korean university and wait for the decision. After they agree and grant admission, they will issue the Certificate of Admission, COA. The International Education Team will issue it and the Korean university. Now you can apply for a Korean student visa. You can learn more about the Korea student visa from the Visa Library article or watch our prepared video. After you get your visa, you must complete your studies, pass the KMLE exam, get your license, and look for a job. Alright then, this is all you should know to become a nurse in Korea. If you have questions, write them down in the comment section. The Visa Library team will answer them. Before you leave, make sure to like this video, hit the bell, and don't forget to get the free PDF file from the link in the description. You should also follow us on Instagram and Facebook to get the latest visa news and updates. Stay tuned for more videos and updates. Thank you all for watching.